in this game. I think the draft is a little bit difficult for them. They've got really good team fight, but I don't necessarily know if that matters against JStorm. I think JStorm have a much stronger lineup, but hey, we'll see. We'll see after this game. Universe playing the Magnus. We've got Puck played by MSS. Phantom Lancer will be the carry. In the bottom played by Resolution. We've got Pugna, that's UR, and then finally SVG playing the Oracle. Meanwhile, on the Dire side, it's going to be March playing the Spirit Breaker. A Grimstroke handled by Milan. We've got Terrorblade played by Mu. Forev will be handling the Brewmaster. And then finally we've got Bryle playing the Dragon Knight. A lot of attention centered around the bottom lane. Grimstroke will be chasing down the Oracle, and okay, this is one thing that I didn't mention. Grimstroke Spirit Breaker is a pretty good combo. You put the Inkswell onto March and you can get a huge amount of damage out like that. March is pretty tanky here. He's only going to be taking a little bit of damage from the little right clicks of the Oracle. But, you know, Grimstroke, Spirit Breaker, pretty good combo. And another Inkswell is not quite up to go onto Rezo. So they're going to put some damage onto him, but that's about as far as it's going to go. 2 bounty runes for each team. I honestly think it's going to be pretty difficult for Forward Gaming to get through this early game. They've got a couple of ways to evade these charges, but honestly, I think JStorm should have the advantage here. Alright, so Bryle versus UR on the mid lane. Bryle just has to get through these first couple of levels, and then he's going to be completely okay against UR. Like, all the Nether Blasts in the world will not let you get through Dragon Knight's Dragon's Blood is his passive. It gives him a lot of HP regen. Forev drinks a little bit of beer, does some damage to MSS. Their goal is to stay alive in this top lane. They have to make sure they don't get charged down. They don't want to take too many hits from the Brewmaster. They just need to stay alive. And I think at that point, Forward Gaming think that they'll just win. Don't know if it's going to work like that. Milan is going to solo against the Magnus. That's an interesting choice. Grimstroke should be fine as an offlaner, but it's not really something that we see played a whole lot here. We'll keep our eyes on the mid lane for a little bit, but we'll probably be looking to see most of our aggression at top, and maybe if the Grimstroke ends up falling. There's a nice clap by Forev, looking for the real Rezo. We'll get sounds by the Waning Rift. We'll just back away. Brewmaster will go towards the bottom lane as those levels start to go up for Forward Gaming. Milan will start to need a little bit of help. Ooh, free regen for UR. So it's going to turn into a 2v2 on the top lane. First meta used by Mu. Get harassed a little bit by these illusions. But hey, he don't really care. He's just a Metamorphosed Terrorblade. He's got a lot of... well, a lot more auto attack damage. And he's just feeling peachy here. Taking a look at the mid lane, they are fairly even in terms of last hits. You are at 16, DK at 14. March is staring down MSS, who is trying to block this camp right here, and they're just going to stay in there. Oh, free bash from March. Going to force out the Ethereal Jaunt. Looking for a bash. Can he get another one? Can he press the bash button? Not today. So Puck will back up. Pop the healing salve. And March gets another bash onto Rezo. MSS doing some good damage with the Puck. They know that the meta is down from Mu, so they know that there's really no reason to be afraid at all in this lane. DK taking some damage from the Decrep Nether Blast combo. Oh man, Spirit Breaker in some trouble at top. He's trying to TP out. That will be the first blood though, as MSS drops the Ethereal Orb. That is what it's called, right? Illusory Orb. Wow. I guess I played too much Paragon or something. I don't even know if that's right. Milan with the Inkswell going right for the Oracle. Lots of damage is there. Forev just drops him with the clap. Milan takes the kill. Alright. Okay, he's going back to the top lane. There's the charge onto Rezo. Mu doesn't have the meta still for another 30 seconds. 1 for 1 early in the game. All they needed to do was hang on for a little bit more top, and maybe they could have gotten the first blood bottom, but that ain't how it works. Marsh just wanted to be a cow and fight them, and it didn't really go too well. Looking for the bash. 1, 2. No bashes yet. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, they're trying to contest the pool a little bit. Milan will get caught out a little bit. Universe will smack him in the back a couple times. Still has the Empower going. Will skewer him back. And Milan wants to get aggressive. He hits the stun on the 2. Nice damage there as well. But he doesn't have any help from the Brewmaster. And the Brewmaster is saying, hey, buddy, you're on your own. Creeps will make it difficult for things to happen here. They're going to battle for the rune. March picks it up. And he's going to go right after the puck. Ooh. Actually, kills going on bottom as Milan gets caught out. But it's 3 bounty runes going to JStorm. Take a look at that. Even though Milan ended up going down, he did manage to pick up the bounty rune for himself. So it's not all that bad that he ended up dying, even though he is Milan and he is supposed to be farm priority in this match. Spirit Breaker getting back on the match onto the map as quick as he can, using the last bit of his mana onto the DK, who is baiting a little bit. But there's also an Oracle here. Here comes the life sucky suck, as March did cancel his TP. Yeah, that's right. I called it the life sucky suck, which is a little bit too topical for my taste, but hey. Universe low on the bottom lane. I'm not going to dive that far to get him, but Milan really wants to. Like, dude, he needs to die. And March may help him out with that a little bit. Here comes the charge. I don't think the Universe knows about it. He really should at some point, and the TPs will come through from the Oracle as there's March. No Inkswell. Damage is on the backside of Forev. He will be able to back. Oh, no! Oh, man. That is... How long on that range? Purifying Flames just has such a huge range, and he caught him like just on the outside of that. That is really unfortunate. A nice kill for the Oracle. That's one of the reasons why I like playing that hero. Able to get a huge amount of damage on that, and if you take a look, it is only a level 2 Purifying Flames, but it was enough to get that kill. Onto a Brewmaster of all heroes. Another blast. Not used. And they are being very careful with the courier. Actually just going down to the bottom lane to give a bottle to Magnus. Oh, here we go. Stun onto the Pugna. They're going to get the extra bash on top of it as well, but for some reason they just decide not to go in there. And without a secondary stun, UR turns it around. He takes the kill on the Spirit Breaker. MSS is here, but it's a Dragon Knight. They're probably not going to be able to get that. Meanwhile, bottom lane. The Magnus has been silenced. He's got the little Wraith on him. They will take it off, so he's not going to take the damage from it. SVG though in some trouble. Here comes the meta from Mu. They'll be able to find one. Forev is low. He is Universe is being charged, and he will be able to TP out before that charge comes through. Denying them 1 kill on bottom. MSS trying to stop things for the moment on the bottom lane, but I would imagine that this push is going to result in the tower, because Mu has a lot of illusions to be able to tank this up. And, well, the fortification is there. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, here comes the kill on the puck. He's been silenced, he's been stunned, he's been damaged, he's been disarmed. There's the RP by Universe just spent there. Here comes the Illusory Orb to actually clean up one. MSS stays alive, and March will just get the heck out of dodge. He's going all the way to the top lane. The bottom tier 1 tower does get taken down by Mu, but at what cost, as Breaky would say. Forev possibly being hit with the dive in the top lane. Oh my god, that damage from the Nether Blast. Somebody stop the Pugna. He just committed murder. Now being silenced in the top lane. There's the Ink Swell as Milan can't be hit here, but he's taking some damage. Here comes the Space Cow, and they do manage to take down the Pugna. Now they're looking for Rezo. He's been silenced. He's trying to take down the Wraith, and he does manage to get it into the Doppelganger, putting some good damage on the March, but he just knows that he cannot go that much further. If March knew which one was the right one, he would be able to try to get that charge out there, but he just couldn't get it. Meanwhile, SVG, Milan, you might have run into the bad neighborhood. There's Vision. SVG not thinking about it at this moment. March does what he can to try to force these guys out of his tower, wants to save it as much as possible. Mid lane, you got to be careful of these Nether Blasts, my dude. Bryle getting torn apart by it, and he might be out of mana soon as well. Can't take a casual Nether Blast like that, has to back out of range, and he's a dragon who's being forced so far behind the tower, with the Pugna being able to hit it as much as he likes here. At no cost to himself, other than mana. There's a smoke. I don't know if they know where Milan is. Don't really have vision over there, so they leave Dragon Knight to clear out the lane, and they're gonna circle around, but I don't really know why. Maybe they're not really seeing anything in the top lane, but the smoke does get broken by Milan. He gets the instant silence on the Pugna, and he makes them get bonded together. Here we go. You are being breathed fire on, will fall, and Marsh comes out with the charge onto Puck as the Yawar Pugna did die. Silence goes as MSS gets out of there, but Milan wants to chase him down, will not be able to find him today. Puck is getting low, but will not fall from that urn. Should not fall from that urn. Indeed does not. But with that, Mu is able to put some pressure onto the tier 1 mid. In what is a pretty good early game for them, even if Forward Gaming have a slight advantage on the net worth. Forever will go to defend the top tower from Rezo, who's being charged. Rezo will continue to be charged until March decides to stop his march. He just takes a free trip to the top lane. Make sure that the Brewmaster stays alive for now. SVG going forward as Brow turns into a dragon, but he doesn't have any support here. Spearbreaker did not start his charge and is nowhere near the mid lane. Okay. Fortification and the decrep used onto the catapult. Here comes the stun from Bryle. Bryle doing some good damage here. They'll charge him down with March. Yawar could be in some trouble. They'll use the link onto him. He's been silenced, and SVG decides to walk on in. There's some damage here. Another big stun with the Dragon Tail on Yawar. He tries to put down the Nether Blast, but doesn't get enough time. Here we go. RP on the 1. Just March, who will try to get away. He's being healed up. He's got the bulldozer. Nobody can take this cow down. He's gone. He's gone all the way to the bottom lane. Look at this guy. You can't stop this train. It's going to go on time all the way down to bottom. March says thanks. Mu also says welcome to the lane, bro. So the Grimstroke did go down. It was a bit of a weird gank onto Yawar. They did eventually get the kill. Yawar just sitting on the arcane boots and the beginnings to an Aether Lens. Could have it if he dismantles the boots in a hot minute. I don't really think he's being taken down too much here. The real story here is that Mu has been farming pretty much on his own for the last 5 minutes. So generally that's good. Forever isn't too far behind on the levels. He's got some Vlads for himself as well, as we've got Moo Moo Cow going to the mid lane. Forcing Bryle back, but Bryle's a bait mate. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Rezo's just taking down Illusions. Here comes March. He's got Roshan hitting him on the back as well. And Skewer will take him back. March in some trouble. He's going to be pulled back by the Shockwave as well, which makes him really regret that charge mid. So a bit unfortunate. SVG gets up to level 6 and is looking for a little bit more gold here, I believe, so he can pick up some arcanes. Yeah, he gets to 900, picks them up easy. Easiest arcanes of his life. Now Now they're looking for Forev. This could be a difficult kill. They're going to have to silence him. They're going to have to keep him out of the fight for pretty long. They're going to have to absolutely blow him up. Here we go. There's the Purge. There's the Disarm. There's another Blast and an easy kill for Yawar. Just sucks him dry. He will get charged in return. They're still letting Milan and Mu fight near the bottom lane. The charge will not get completed. They're just going to sit in the jungle for a little bit. They would love to save their tower. They're going to smoke up to try to do so. The fortification is over. The Nether Blast will secure it. Tough to really deny towers against the Pugna. They might try to get Rezo here. They're smoked up. And they're going to go in. Blink, stun, charge, ultimate. Can they take down Rezo? Yes, they can. That was some good teamwork from JStorm. And they're looking for a little bit more. Magnus will use the RP to secure the kill on the Mu, which is just about the equal kill to the other side. Yawar being kept out of the fight by the Spirit Breaker, but now they're isolating him. Can he actually stay alive here? March does not have another charge. He doesn't have mana for it. He's going to need it in a couple seconds. I don't know if he... Yep. Yawar will fall. Charge was unneeded. Blink stun again by Brawl. Really using that Blink Dagger to its fullest extent here. As well, maybe JStorm lost their Mu. But they kept their cow, and their cow was able to charge as much as he wanted to get a couple kills on bottom as well. It's a big 1,600 gold change over to JStorm. I think Mu is pretty okay with that. Lots of damage onto the tier 2 tower. Poison Breath of the Dragon Knight will take it down quite a bit. I love this Blink Dagger pickup by him, and he's going Radiance as well. This is going to be a Dragon Knight that makes life absolute hell for the Radiant side. I really do like this. It just makes so much sense. There are a lot of people you want to disable out of the fight, and with all the disable that JStorm have on their side, I mean, you get that first stun, it's going to be the entrance to a lot more damage for them. SVG doing his part to steal a couple bounty runes away. And gets a nice deep ward down. I'm all about those deep wards. Mu really needs to get working on that net worth though. He is 7k. He's getting very close to a Manta. So he should be fine. Meanwhile, Rezo, he's got his defusal and will be getting a Manta for himself as well. Slightly ahead of Mu. I guess that's where this battle really goes. Okay, Haystream for March. Ooh, MSS sees him. March doesn't decide to go in today though. Double damage rune just timing out on SVG. Over to the top lane, we've got Milan. This is really my worry for JStorm. I don't know if he's going to be able to remain relevant in this match. He's doing a great job with the Soulbind. I really should learn his ability. So he's got Stroke of Fate, interesting. Phantom's Embrace, Inkswell, which I knew, and then Soulbind. I'm just worried that he's going to be able to stay relevant in this match. He absolutely has to do things for his team. Is casting Soulbind really enough to stay relevant in this match? I guess we'll have to see. MSS getting charged. It was scouted out by a couple of observer wards, and March is like, well, he's backing up. He obviously knows about it. And they circle a big, well, that's Puck circling a big area. Grimstroke takes out the observer on top. So this vision in the jungle will continue for the Radiant side. He's thinking that there is possibly some vision near the shrine, but he's kind of on the wrong side of it. Mid lane, Bryle sees SVG, but can't really do anything about him right now. Just blinks out. And Courier goes over to the secret shop to pick up Mu's ultimate orb. Now he has a Manta style. Nice. That's some quick maths for you right there. Maybe Rezo decides to go onto Milan. We'll use the Doppelganger to get forward, but Milan just backs right out. And Rezo just spends a lot of illusion on the mid lane. Looks like we will have a smoke out of mid. No vision available for the Dire side, so maybe Forward Gaming can find something off of this one. They have a lot of vision of some heroes in the bottom lane. Mu is possibly going to get cut out here. This could be devastating for JStorm. Universe going forward has the Blink Dagger. Does he have the vision? He doesn't see the Terrorblade just yet. They're going to catch sight of him here, and there's the RP right off the bat. The damage is there. He gets silenced and blown to pieces. inside the jungle. Maybe instead of a Manta, he's going to need to... Well, he has his Manta. He's going to need to go for a BKB. Structures are fortified for forced to TP out. This will be a denied tower for Forward Gaming. And that's just so tough for JStorm. They lose their Terror Blade. They lose the push that they were going for on the bottom lane. That's just really unfortunate. And very well played, actually, by Forward Gaming. Right on time with the smoke gank. So Sammy Boy at this... Or not even Sammy Boy. Moo... Sorry, I'm still stuck on the last series. Moo is going to need to really make sure that he gets a good timing on that BKB, because he's getting stunned completely out of these fights, and that can't keep happening. Like, he's going to have to find ways to stay alive, and it starts with the BKB here. You cannot continue to get shredded by the Pugna. Here's the... Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Wow, keeping Yawar out of the fight as well. There's nothing he can do. Beautifully played by JStorm. And what a blink reaction by Bryle. Just blinks towards the end of that RP. Like, the way that he played that. Like, look. Blink. I can't even draw on the map. Blink. Blink. Skewer. Stun. Like, that was insane. It was actually so good by Bryle. And they go right for the Roshan after that. Like, that was... Oh my god. Bryle is so good. At least in the past 15 seconds. Milan trying to catch out SPG. Here comes the charge going right for the Oracle. Oracle has to find some way to stay alive. This is possibly distracting them around the pit. The Oracle is as good as dead as Moo gets the Aegis. That should help them out a lot. JStorm looking pretty good here, 21 minutes in, with the Roshan and the kill. And at that point as an Oracle, you kind of know you have to do something, but it's just really difficult. So JStorm get an excellent past 2 minutes in this game that takes them up to a 2k gold lead. Taking a look at the items. More items. Cool. I mean, that Blink Dagger. Very important for Forev. And Moo has a pretty good start to his BKB, which has already been picked up by Bryle. As soon as this BKB comes up for Moo, I'm gonna say that it's just so difficult for Forward Gaming to do anything for the next couple minutes. I don't think they have anything to sustain past the BKBs. At least until the PL really gets some damage, and he's going for survivability right now. And that's sort of the problem that I saw with this game. Like, Forward Gaming, sure, they have a good team fight, but JStorm is so tanky at this point, I find it difficult for Forward Gaming to actually get things done, especially when those BKBs come up, which they're about to for Moo. So, we're going to keep a close eye on these items for Forward Gaming. Mech coming up for Magnus soon, that should help a little bit. We've got Yawar picking up Daggons. Nice. And, of course, Rezo picking up a Heart next. Gonna be Blink Dagger from Puck. But again, as soon as these BKBs are up, which looks like... What does this courier have for him? Yeah, he's got his BKB. This is tough. Smoke immediately from JStorm. Moo has his BKB. Hasn't been revealed on the map yet. And MSS is just spamming out the mid lane with a puck. Not pinging out the BKB at bottom. They're still trying to go for this one. Forward Gaming knows something's up. They have to figure, look, we know they're going to be building the BKBs. Okay, Dragon Form popped on the mid lane. They want to push. They're like, if you won't fight us, we're going to push. That's how it be. That's how it is. The wave will arrive soon. This Dragon Form has a pretty long duration, so the backdoor protection will be taken off. They're going to decide to go for the Dragon Knight a little bit. They take out the whole creep wave. They could not get the puck there. And so Moo, with that, I guess they can't really push into this. That's a very worthwhile puck pickup there. But the fortification was used, so maybe they decide to go in with the next wave and maybe just say, look, You might be able to blink from back there, but we really do want to take you down. Now, Rezo, there was some vision of him inside here. He's not going to be able to get out. The TP gets canceled by the charge, and Rezo now will pay with his life for farming in the wrong side of the town here. Here in Dota 2. He farms on the wrong side of the map and gets punished for it. That's why you don't go underneath the wards, and he knew that something was up. He saw them all backing up off the map, but it just was not fast enough. So the Dragon Form down for 40 seconds. He's gonna have a lot of mana. It doesn't really matter. PL will be back in 40 seconds, but maybe they don't need him to push this tower exactly. I mean, Puck could easily take things out. Ooh, taking a look. Here's the charge onto the Oracle. Gonna go right through those illusions. And he's gonna bulldoze his way through here. Does not have his ultimate. The Nether Strike. I gotta remember that one. Forever's spamming it out while we still have the push going in the mid lane. Trying to stop the push at bot is this charge from the Spirit Breaker. He's going to get caught out though by the Yule Scepter of Yawar. He's been decrapped, he's been shockwaved, and he's been completely blown apart inside the river. And his little body parts will disintegrate into the water. I said little body parts. They're not really that little. They're kind of large. He's a cow anyway. In any case, that will secure the tier 1 tower for forward gaming in the bottom lane. You can tell that Brawl really wants to go for something here. He's picked up the Clarity. He's Shadow Imp. Oh no. Dude. Dude. You're underneath the ward. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Okay, here we go. The fight comes through. Here comes the Soulbind on the 2. Oracle's been silenced, and there's a stun on the both. RP, it's not being allowed because he did not blink in, actually. There's the RP. Hits onto the Pandas. Hits onto the Dragon Knight as well. Oracle forced to... Actually, Oracle is going to use the ultimate onto Pugna, as Marsh tries to stay alive. Yawar actually heals up after that one. And Forever's being chased down. Moo got killed off as the Terrorblade. So JStorm, they were aggressive, but it might not have been in the right place. False Promise. That's what was used on Yawar. Alright, so Forev, he uses the magic wand to stay alive for a little bit longer. He's drunk. He's trying to get out of here. He's trying to walk. But instead he's forced to go home. You're drunk. It's also unfortunate that JStorm decided to try to engage that when the Aegis wasn't even there. It was reclaimed a little bit before that, and you know what that does? It puts a lot of gold onto Rezo, who pretty much has his... Yeah, in fact he does have his Heart of Tarrasque right now. That's going to be an excellent item for him to pick up. Dragon Knight taking out wards left and right. Maybe JStorm decides to engage here, but they don't have a panda for another 17 seconds. That's what happens when you stay alive for as long as you did. Spirit Breaker charged into the jungle. Nice. He's going for an Aghanim Scepter. I think that's one of the clownier eggs in the game. Basically, it puts an AoE to his Nether Strike, which just looks a little bit strange. Basically, it blasts everybody away in a small radius. I think it might also decrease the cooldown. I'm not sure. Yeah, decreases the cooldown to 20. So yeah, it's pretty good. And it's 20 at all levels, so if he's hurting for levels where he's not at level 18 just yet, he's going to have a 20-second cooldown regardless. It's great. Moo unfortunately got caught out pretty bad in that last fight, and you can see that he didn't use his BKB at all. I didn't really catch it in the last fight. It must have been pretty important. I thought that JStorm were going to win a little bit harder than they did. Instead, it was Moo that got caught out, and he really can. I mean, he just cannot get caught out in these games. Or this game, really, in particular. We've got Rezo going to clear out top. He's got his heart. He's got 3,000 health, and he's going for the butterfly next. How's their buyback status doing? Got it on 3 heroes. Rezo still managed to keep his up as well as Mu and Forev. Are we gonna smoke here? We might smoke here. Spearbreaker has the smoke. Maybe they just want a short one onto Rezo, but Rezo's already gone. He's farming his own jungle. Puck blinks in, takes a couple damage off the illusion. Still doesn't manage to kill it, so it's going to be able to farm this wave. He's going to take the whole thing. Yeah, that range creep is not strong enough. Look at Mu. He's just so good even when he's not even there. Roshan up in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Do we have a smoke? Nope, smoke hasn't been used yet. So we're just going to meet in the mid lane. Bryle baiting a little bit. Putting a couple of illusions in. Here comes Rezo. The blink out from Bryle will be there. And they're going to throw paint at them. And I forget what it's called again. Stroke of Fate. I just like throwing paint. That sounds like a better name. He throws paint. It's like some kind of... I don't even know what style that is. It's like a Jackson Pollock. Alright, here we go. Bryle, he's got the Shadow Blade. Rezo knew about it, and he's just going to be able to get away. Here comes the RP on the 2. MSS on the backside of it. He gets the silence off on a few. March almost dead, though. He's having some trouble. March will fall. No more Space Cow. Rezo is the one who is taking all of their aggression here. It's the only one that JStorm can find, but it's not going to be good enough. They take care of the Netherward. Mu is going to be able to... Oh, no. No, this is bad. He uses the Manta style before he even gets silenced. He uses it to take the decrep off, but instead... he's going to get silenced immediately thereafter, and that's going to be the kill onto the Terror Blade. That means that JStorm have to get completely out of there. They couldn't find anybody to kill there, and you know, they just didn't have the damage to take down Rezo yet. And it's JStorm that start having that problem as opposed to forward. So while they do have the BKBs and they were a little bit effective, they could not use it to keep Mu alive, and they couldn't find anybody to kill. They could not just progress further in the fight, even with RP being down. There's just too many things for them to worry about. They know they can't find it underneath another ward. They know that they have to kill the Rezo eventually, and they want the resources to be able to do so, but they just don't have it yet. You know, even when it's 4 against 1 pretty much in that situation. And that whole fight was them just looking for something on the backside to try to do. They just couldn't find it. So with that forward gaming go for Roshan, I feel like JStorm should know about it. They're not really being too eager to get into the pit though. They have everybody up, but they are not going to get there in time. Roshan can't even attack. He's been told to stop by SVG, and unfortunately for JStorm, Roshan is all too willing to listen to the Oracle. Aegis gets dropped down. PL picks it up. And towers are falling all across the map for JStorm. So forward gaming definitely proving their experience here as a team. Taking the Roshan, being very poised. Spearbreaker changed this? No, he's still going for the Ag. Alright. Bryle uses his Dragon form, 2-minute cooldown to go for a couple of camps inside the jungle. He'd really like to take all of these for his AC. Might be a good item, but I don't really see it turning the tides of this game. We've got a Scotty complete on Terror Blade. He still has buyback. Rezo goes to bot. Still nothing to take care of this PL yet. I really need more damage on the DK. Which they'll get eventually, but it might not come fast enough, and they might be forced into the buybacks fairly soon. Alon uses that Stroke of Fate. Oh, I got it right. to try to force him back, but it's really not working. And here comes the skewer back on the Brile. RP is there with the BKB pop. There's not going to be a whole lot of damage going on to him, but his Dragon form is now done because he used to try to farm. Dream Coil on the March. There's the Panda trying to do stuff, but that Panda's taking a lot of damage, and now there's only the Earth Panda remaining. Rezo's going to go for it. Rezo tries to take it down. March would really love to try to save his ally. He goes for the backlines onto Yuar, but that puts him in the middle of everybody else, and there's nothing that he can do here. The Crep with the Purifying Flames on top is going to be an easy way to take down the Space Cow. Space Cow dead. Yuar will TP back. And the Cow really wants to get back into this one. Brile looking for anyone that he can get. Gets a stun with the Dragon Tail onto MSS. He will kill off the Puck. Puck up in the Yule Scepter. Oh no, you're kidding me. Okay, he will fall. March has been seen. He's been given... There's vision of him. There's a gem on the ground. But they really just want to get out of here. So March will stay alive after that buyback. Dragon Knight picks up the gem. But it was a tier 3 tower for... buyback on the Spirit Breaker. Was that it? Is that everybody that died? It's a little bit weird. I thought there would be more. Maybe I'm just stupid and don't remember. But I think I'm right. That combo though with the Decrep, like forward gaming, I thought they wouldn't really have the damage, but turns out I was not thinking about this Decrep at all. And there's just so much to do. Rezo, he's forcing out the Dragon form inside the base. There's no fortification, and Forev goes right in. There's another word though, and it's going to force him back, as well as a skewer right back into harm's way. There's the Inkswell trying to keep him alive, but he's going to be rooted in place, as well as sucked to death by this Pugna. Nether Blast won't do anything, and Rezo, he's going to probably get an apartment inside the Dire base. There's nothing they can do about him here. Nether Strike, yeah, not going to happen today, sir. So with that, forward gaming completely break open the Dire side base. And Rezo knows that there's nothing they can do about him. He's even got a butterfly, so a lot of the damage that they're trying to put onto him is not going to be able to hit. And he's just going to evade it pretty well. These Terrorblade illusions can do what they like, but Resolution is just a better Terrorblade at this point. Even the Terrorblade has a butterfly as well. He's going for the MKB to try to stop Rezo in his tracks. Just don't really see him getting that far. It's amazing that Mu has managed to stay up there with the Rezo, to this point in the game. It's been such a difficult game for him. He's sort of taking up most of the farm from his team, but he is doing everything he can to remain relevant on the map. The illusions come out. SVG isn't going to find the real Terrorblades today. He's going to easily TP out. I guess the question becomes exactly how long can JStorm avoid forward gaming while keeping their base intact? Eventually it becomes a war of attrition. Wow, MKB already finished for Phantom Lancer, and he's got a double damage rune bottled. Like, basically, he's choosing which items he wants to use right now. 27,000 gold in the net worth. That is quite a bit. You don't really need me to tell you that. Alright, so starting to think about where he wants to push into the base. Another blast keep coming out to the illusions. Brewmaster has a Radiance. Or Radiance, as I like to call it. So this gaming in the Dire side, or sorry, this this jungle on the Dire side now completely belongs to forward gaming. It's all JStorm can do to keep illusions out of their base. They're trying to push this bottom lane as far as they can because they know this may be a long, drawn-out siege. Rezo gets into the mid lane. The rest of his team is backed up, but he's being so swaggy right now. He's being so swaggy because he knows that JStorm do not feel comfortable getting out of their base to try to challenge him. So March is just going to ward up as much as he can in the bottom lane. He's a very slow-moving cow, and the universe will get vision of him. This might be a dead cow. Someone's eating hamburgers tonight. Decrep, Nether Blast, Dagon, Puck, dead. And Forward Gaming gets some hamburgers. And that's a 60-second death timer. So this cow is out for a while. He's going to spend a lot of time in the slaughterhouse. A little bit more time than he wanted to. Forward Gaming being very methodical about this one. Roshan could be up in a minute. They're like, yeah, we may as well wait for it. We don't need to end this game right now. I don't have a date later. You know, I stay inside a lot. Moo, I mean, he probably has a lot going on, but he's on the losing team right now, so he doesn't have a lot of control about this. Universe. Universe has, like, he probably has tons of dates. So, yeah, he might not want to wait that long. It's like, team, can we just end? I'm a mag. I want to RP somebody and get out of here. They still have, you know, another game after this, at least, since this is only game 1 out of the best of 3. But hey, we all know that Universe has things to do. So he wants his team to end. They're like, yo dude, we could totally kill this Roche, it's all good. He's like, alright, whatever guys, just kill the Roche and maybe we'll end. It's great. He's a chill dude. The good news is this is the last series of the night for these teams. So Universe will be able to go on his date after this. Bottom lane's been pushed out pretty well by JStorm. They're trying to make sure that they don't succumb to any creep pushes there. Rezo continues to farm. He's got 3,300 gold. And his boots are in the backpack. He's got his stuff in the mid lane, and I don't know if they do have vision of this. Here comes the blink, the stun. This is the chance for JStorm. They've got 2 here, and they're going to be soul bound up. They're both silenced, but here's the BKB from Rezo. He's trying to chop down these pandas. Mag falls. Rezo could be in some trouble. But there's a Dream Coil on the back one. It's stopping them in their tracks. March will fall. Moo really wants to go after Rezo. Rezo, oh, he's getting low, but he's got the false promise on him, so he's going to be fine for now. But SVG, he will pay. Rezo trying to heal. Is he going to be able to do enough? He does do enough to heal himself back up. And now he's being hurt once again. He uses another doppelganger. He's getting back in on this one. The Dragon Knight almost dead to that Dagon combo, and the ball going through will secure the kill for the puck. Oh no, Uwar is keeping Rezo alive as well. Can they take down this Phantom Lancer? The answer, probably not. They're looking for anybody they can get. He's stuck in place. There's nothing that he can do anyway. That was just a hilarious moment. He was decrept, stuck between all the Phantoms. He couldn't do anything. And that's going to be the buyback from Mu to try to stop this one. But I don't think that anything can stop the bleeding right now. Uwar going in through the bottom door. We've got creeps going in through the mid door. Mu trying everything that he can do to try to stop this. Grimstroke will buy back as well. Rezo's back to full health. Uwar doesn't want to get caught on the base. He's going to blink away. Grimstroke gets that stroke of fate out there, but unfortunately the fate for him this match is to lose his tier 3 tower in the mid lane and to lose those racks most likely as well, because there ain't nothing you can do about this Rezo PL. He's going to doppelgang all over the place. There's a soulbind, there's a silence on the both of them. He doesn't really care. Look at this man, he's not even using his BKB because he knows that there isn't too much of a threat to him. There's his BKB. Here comes Mu. Mu uses BKB as well. That's a big old Terror Blade with an RP on the 3's Universe. But his team has basically evacuated the scene of the crime, and he's going to become a crime scene too. Universe falls for the second time in a short amount of time, but these buybacks will eventually cost JStorm. Roshan is back up. Forward Gaming, they're not patient enough to just go and get that Roche before they go for the end game push. So this will give the Roshan, the cheese, as well as the Aegis with the Refresher Shard over to JStorm, most likely, unless this MSS Puck has something to say about it. Whoa! That's a cow that's very, almost nearly dead. And there's a blink forward. 2, use a decrep and the nether blast. Someone ate his Wheaties this morning, and he's just going to TP back to base. Look at this fucking Bronco. But unfortunately for JStorm, they just do not have anything to go up against this Roshan. They really have to back up here. The pandas go around the backside, but these pandas are about to be shredded. The wind panda in the back, he's going to have to go invis and try to get out of here. They're going to take down the wind panda, looking for the earth panda. That's a dead brewmaster. Big cow going through, very fast, very cow. Unfortunately, though, he's not... I mean, I guess he's got a little bit more brains here to stop that charge. Most cows would just go right in there, but it doesn't happen like that. And the Radiant side will take Roshan. It looked like it could turn around in favor of JStorm, but forward game, they're just way too far ahead for that to happen. Magnus picks up the Refresher Shard, the cheese. Rezo takes the Aegis and chops down everything with one fell swoop. The empowered pole arm. I guess that's what it's called. It's like a spear. Oh, nice reaction by Milan. But at this point, with a 21k gold lead in favor of forward gaming, which is, you know, half of that is how far ahead the PL is. Maybe they go get this DD rune before they push into the base. Someone give this man a bottle. Anybody have a bottle anymore? Yeah, Mag has a bottle. Why don't you give the PL a bottle? March decided that he wants to be part of the other team and defect. I don't really think that's what he wanted to do, but he gets to the bottom lane anyway. He was making a break for it. You could kind of tell. So now, double damage rune on Rezo. Lots of reflection illusions trying to stop Rezo, but he's still got a DD rune, and he's now taking down the melee racks. Oh, decrep on the Brewmaster. He's turned into a pig. Rezo wants to try to take this kill on the Brewmaster. He doesn't, well, he does have an ultimate. He's been silenced. Rezo still has Aegis as well. Lots of stuns on the backside of this one. JStorm trying to get back into it. There's a lot of damage on the Rezo. He's almost dead, but remember, he's still got the Aegis. He's completely fine. RP on the 2. Make it 3. Mu in the middle of everything. Tries to use a Thunder, but hey, it doesn't do much, especially when everybody's just as low as you are. Rezo is fighting as much as he can here, being a real man, taking down Forev, almost through the panda form, but it doesn't really matter. They take him down anyway. He's down for 66. Somebody's got to call GG. Stop it right here. Let's get to game 2. Mu thinks that he can do something against Rezo, thinks that there's still some chance that forward game screw up, but guess what? Mu, you're a pig, and pigs don't say moo anymore. March goes in with the charge. Dragon Knight taken low. There's a gem on the ground. Milan will pick it up, but March is having to run for his life around this one. Oh, nice and swell onto pretty much everybody. He's going to have to use the Glimmer Cape to get out. There's the Decrep, Dagon, Nether Blast combo. Buyback from the Cow. Cow trying to get back into it, but eventually you just have to admit that there is nothing that you can do in this situation. GG gets called, and Forward Gaming take game number 1 of this best of 3. I thought that JStorm sort of had a chance here, but after 46 minutes, they realized that, you know, Rezo's pretty good. So, yeah, JStorm, I think they had an alright draft, but there were just a couple too many pickoffs in the beginning of the game, and eventually that sort of delays where your heroes are supposed to, you know, actually come into play. I thought the BKB timings were pretty good. I mean, if we take a look, BKBs for the Dire side, we had at 22 minutes on Mu and 20 minutes on Bryle. You know, I think that's a you did call it, Buck. I think that's a pretty good timing on the BKBs, but they couldn't really turn that into actually taking towers around the map and, you know, putting those BKBs to use. I even remember a couple of fights where Mu would just get completely caught out, killed by Yuwar, who really played well on that Pugna, and Mu never used his BKB. And that's kind of where things start to go downhill for JStorm. So, in any case, they move on to game 2. So does Forward Gaming, but they have the 1-0 advantage here, and are feeling pretty good about themselves. Universe still has that date for later, and we'll see how fast he's able to get back to it in game 2.